Lawyers are known to make a lot of money. We see it in movies all the time. They are driving expensive cars, wearing nice suits, looking handsome, and they fight for justice. So generally, we assume that they earn a lot of money. What Switzerland is known for, besides good cheese and chocolate, are the Swiss banks, which make Switzerland a pretty rich country. The average monthly net salary in Switzerland is currently 6,550 Swiss francs or 7,235 US dollars. Therefore, 50% of the Swiss population earns more than 7,235 US dollars net per month, which is actually the highest average monthly net salary in the world. And this can only mean one thing, right? It must be raining money here, especially for lawyers. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Laura. I'm an attorney working in Switzerland in the public sector for a court of law. On this channel, I talk about all topics related to law, career, and finance. In today's video, I'm gonna let you know how much the annual salary of a lawyer in Switzerland is if they're working in the private sector, meaning if they're working in a law firm. In addition to that, we're also gonna look at how much a lawyer costs in Switzerland, meaning what the hourly wage of a lawyer here is. Before looking at the actual numbers, in just a second, we have to mention 3 factors that are decisive for a lawyer's salary. The first factor is the area of law that a lawyer practices in, because generally they make a lot more money if they're working in corporate law, for instance, compared to working in family law. Second, but probably most important, is a lawyer's experience, because he or she will earn a lot less at the beginning of their career than at the end of it. And the third factor is location, because lawyer salaries tend to be higher in big cities compared to more rural areas. But this is also something we're gonna get to in just a second. Now let's look at a short list of countries where lawyers are said to earn the most. As we see on this diagram, number 1, as you probably expected, is Switzerland, with an average annual salary for a lawyer is 140,000 Swiss francs or 154,661 US dollars. Next in line follow the US, Australia, Norway, and Hong Kong. In the US, lawyers earn an average of $135,700 per year. Next in line is Australia with 121,000 US dollars per year. After that, we have Norway and Hong Kong with a yearly salary of 108,000 or 106,800 US dollars per year. The next 5 countries in which lawyers earn the most are Canada, Japan, Luxembourg, Germany, and the UK. The salaries here vary between 106,000, which is the average paid per year to an attorney in Canada, and they go all the way down to 68,500 US dollars in the UK. Of course, the numbers shown here are a very general estimate and they can vary widely depending on the source of information. But the idea was to give you a quick comparison of the salary differences of the countries where lawyers are said to earn the most. Now, these salaries can vary significantly between individuals and in different parts of the country. In the US, for instance, you will find big differences in the different states because it is a huge country in general. And a lawyer in New York can, of course, earn more than a lawyer in Switzerland. It is also important to mention that these salaries cannot be compared directly because the costs of living in these countries are very different. The same can be said for the costs that need to be paid once the salary is earned, such as taxes, healthcare insurance, and other social contributions. As for Switzerland, the costs of living here are very high, which also explains the high average net income we saw earlier. A lawyer's salary is highly depending on his or her work experience. I personally know a lot of young lawyers who just started their legal career in Switzerland and earn between 60,000 and 75,000 Swiss francs, which is the same as 66,000 to 83,000 US dollars, which is of course a lot less than what we saw earlier. However, after a few years of practice, the salary of an attorney raises exponentially and it can get up to an average of 140,000 to 280,000 Swiss francs or 154,000 to 309,000 US dollars per year, which strongly depends on the place of work and the areas of law that the attorneys are working in. Now let's look at what attorneys cost in Switzerland and what their wage per hour is. The hourly rate usually is between 250 to 450 Swiss francs or 276 to 497 US dollars per hour. By far the most expensive cities when it comes to attorney fees in Switzerland are Geneva and Zurich, where it is not uncommon to pay up to 450 Swiss francs per hour or 497 US dollars per hour. In the rest of Switzerland, however, attorney fees around 250 Swiss francs or 276 US dollars per hour are considered normal. Of course, this again can depend on the individual case and on the area of law that you need help with. If people in Switzerland don't have the money to pay for an attorney, the state that they live in, or more precise the canton as we call it, will pay their lawyer for them at a rate of 180 Swiss francs or 199 US dollars per hour. However, this money must be paid back over the course of the next 10 years if the person whose lawyer was paid for by the state actually has the means to pay it back within that time. As you know now, lawyers in Switzerland can be very expensive and very rough for your finances if you actually need a lawyer here. One way which might save you a lot of money if you need a lawyer is a legal protection insurance. I will have my video on legal protection insurance linked at the end of this video if you want to check that out. If you have any more questions or if you would like to share some information about lawyer salaries in your country, please let me know in the comment section down below and I'll be very interested to read about it. Also, if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to, and I hope to get to talk to you again soon.